Hello everyone, welcome to the video. In this video, I'm going to share the 5 skills that I use to make the first $1 million online. Now, you may have a completely different set of skills that you may need to get to that $1 million, but these are the 5 skills that worked for me. The first one is sales and networking. Now, remember that both of these things go hand in hand. Networking is essentially you going and meeting new people, going to events, going to workshops, going to community get-togethers, finding people to connect with online, but then you need a sales process to back it up to actually convert that network into revenue. So you might have heard that your net worth is based on your network, or that your network is your net worth, but it is not without a sales process. So you'll have to bridge the gap between your network and your net worth using a sales process. Now, there are typically 4 ways that you can get sales from people, right? So network is essentially people or contacts. If you want to convert them into deals or sales or revenue, you have 4 different ways of doing that. The first one is to do a cold outreach process. So essentially, you may be messaging them on LinkedIn, you may be sending them email campaigns, or you might be doing a warm outreach. Let's say you already know these people, they're already in your funnel in some sense, maybe you've met them before, then you're looking for interest in your product or service. The other way would be to run ads to expand your network to have more people find out about your product or service. And the fourth one would be you constantly creating content so as to get inbound leads, which is also known as inbound marketing. Those are the 4 different ways that you can expand your network and then eventually use your sales process to convert those people. And the sales process itself would depend on the kind of business that you run. So that's the first biggest bucket of skill, which is sales and networking, that you would need, because eventually you are always going to be selling something to someone. Because only when you sell, you'll be able to add value, and you will add value through your product or service, and that's how you will make revenue. Eventually, revenue is just an exchange of value. Now, let's move to the second one, which is digital marketing. So for me, that's like the one big bucket of skill, which I've been using in different business models, whether it's freelancing or online courses or coaching or consulting or running an agency. Eventually, all of those businesses are built around that one skill of digital marketing. And that's one skill that I've used to sell my agency services, to get more people in the funnel by creating content, to have landing pages and running ads where people could know about me and what I do, to create online courses as well as ebooks where people could find out and learn more about marketing. So that's all one big bucket, whether it's SEO or growth hacking or paid ads, performance marketing, or even growth marketing in general. All of those fall into this bucket of digital marketing. And I needed this skill for all the business models that I explored. So that's the second big bucket. If you have a sales process, now you have something to add value. And for me, the core skill that I was using to add value was digital marketing. So it depends on what you are really good at. This is like your core skill set, whether it's design, UI, UX, copywriting, maybe video editing, whatever that skill is. You will need to develop that to eventually deliver your services or a product around it. The third one is project management. Now, project management is not just for agencies and service providers, but if you're taking up any project for that matter, let's say if you're even creating an online video, it's like a mini project. It's like a sub project of a bigger project. And what you need to do is you need to understand that every project has a start date, it has a finish date, and it has a certain series of steps that you need to take to accomplish the project. And you can break this down into tasks and subtasks, and then also have a mechanism to assign separate tasks to different people. And this skill will be used not just in making videos or making content funnels, but in everything that you do in business. Because eventually running a business is basically managing a set of small projects, right? And they all add up to the business. So for example, when I was doing freelancing, I was taking up projects and I was delivering projects. So it was a very straightforward application of project management. Then I expanded to an agency model where project management became even more important, because now there were more moving parts, right? So the game was bigger now, and I was playing with a team. And now I had to assign subtasks and outsource things and make sure everyone is putting their inputs. There is inputs, there's outputs, and then there's processes. And all of this comes under project management. There's another application of this. Let's say you're running a YouTube channel or an email newsletter, you're a content creator. All of these things will also need some sort of either project management or process management. And that's going to be the third skill set. And I had to master that to get to my first $1 million. The next one, the fourth one, is coaching and consulting. As I started freelancing, I started an agency, I started building all of these online business models, I realized a lot of businesses did not want my services directly or may not get enough value from just an ebook or an online course, will also need some sort of hand holding during execution. They became my consulting clients. While they were not fully outsourcing the services to me, they were getting my content and info products, and then they were taking my consulting sessions. And I had to develop this skill, because what happens is, even though it sounds nice to be a consultant and you're on this consultant call and you're making X amount of dollars per hour for the call, etc., but when you go on the call, clients expect answers, and they expect instant answers, and they expect the right answers. So if they ask a question and they say, we are stuck in this stage of the marketing funnel, let's say in our business, this is top of funnel, this is middle of funnel, this is the step we are stuck, how do we fix this? You have to go at the same time, and think on your toes and say, this is how you fix it. And you can only do that when you've seen a lot of these businesses, when you've worked with a lot of clients in the past, so you have past data to derive your answers from. And when you also develop a strong intuition by just working in the industry constantly, day in and day out, you develop this intuition to be able to answer the client's questions. That's the fourth biggest bucket that I got really good at, is solving problems for other businesses quickly, instantly, on calls, right? And that's the consulting skill. Next, let's get to the fifth and final skill, which is content creation. I was building all of these businesses, I was helping clients with consulting, and what I did is I started documenting my journey. I started creating content. So I did not look at content creation as a separate activity that I have to do. In fact, I looked at it as just a natural documentation of the journey. If you look at this video, for example, I'm sharing this video talking about the 5 skills that helped me make $1 million. It's just a part of my own documentation. I'm reflecting on my journey, and then I'm thinking, okay, these are the 5 main skills that I use. There could be 5 or 6 more sub skills or complementary skills. You don't make $1 million from one skill. You might make $1 million from one product or service, but not from a single skill. You need to develop multiple skills. And for me, these were the 5 most important ones. So as a method of documentation, I convert it into content, and that's how my content creation process works. So those are the top 5 skills that helped me make my first $1 million online. Every single dollar was made on the internet. That's all for this video. I wish you all the best on your journey to whatever your revenue and life goals are. All the best, and keep watching. Ciao.